All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what time you are joining us and what time you are actually watching this program. You're all welcome to this amazing program. And in fact, the discussion has always been around how one can be able to position himself strategically in this digital space that we are, in this digital dispensation that we are. And that is why we saw the need for us to be able to organize a program like this. So, well, you're all welcome to this meeting. Uh, so, first of all, I would like you guys to go to the comment section, and drop your name and location where you are joining us from, and we'll try to engage you from there. So, you are all welcome to this program tonight. You're welcome. So, I'm receiving comments. I'm already seeing Evelyn Fika. Evelyn, you're welcome. I can see OBCK Noako, you're welcome. And then I can see Nicola from UAE. Wow, you're welcome. It's good to have you in this meeting. Let me have more comments, more comments. Yes, we have Miracle from Abuja. Miracle, you're welcome. Yes, Miracle, you're welcome. Let's have more people join. Let's have more people. Let's have more people. You're all welcome to this program tonight. Yes, we have um, Olotunde Julius from Oyo State. Olotunde, you are welcome. You're welcome. Please let's keep sending comments. I'm receiving your comments. You're welcome to the program tonight. You're welcome. All right. So at the same time, you can also feel free to share the link to your friends. The YouTube link, you can share it to your friends and to people within your circle. You are welcome. Habila Mark from Abuja, you are welcome to this call tonight. It's good to have you here. Let's have more comments. Please feel free to share it on your status or maybe on your social media handle and use the hashtag mind the gap. Share it on your social media handle and probably to different communities that you are, so that other people can be able to join to benefit from the amazing things that is about to be shared in this meeting. So we have Umar Awal from Katsina. Umar, you are welcome. We have Rukaya from Kano. Rukaya, you are welcome to this call. It's really, really good to have you here. You're welcome. Yes, so we have Evelyn from Katsina. Evelyn, you are welcome to this call tonight. It's good to have you here. Okay, so we have Hope from Taraba State. Hope you are welcome. We have Salome from Abuja. Please let me have more comments. I've not seen anybody from Enugu. I've not seen anybody, but yet we still have somebody here from UAE. You're welcome. It's good to have you here. Yes, so we have Arinze from Abuja. Arinze, you're welcome. It's good to have you here. All right. So just as I said, tonight we are going to hold this program on having your digital footprint, creating your digital footprint, and how basically our discussion will be about how you can be able to create a unique identity for yourself in the digital era, for you to be able to benefit from the amazing opportunities we have on the digital space in this dispensation. And trust me, we have done justice to get these speakers to come forth and share their experience, about how you can be able to actively, or how you can be able to benefit from this digital space. In fact, they are coming with many years of experience. We have somebody of 25 years experience, 15 years of experience, and so on. And basically, that is what we are going to be seeing in this program tonight. So I will also implore you that guys to sit down, get your notepads and your pen, and begin to jot the moment this program kickstarts. So you are welcome once again. I can see Stella. Stella is joining us from Katsina State. It's really good to have you here. We have Elkanah, we have Panshak from Lafia, we have David from Kaduna. You're all welcome. We have Joseph Simon from Abuja joining us. It's really good to have you guys here. Thank you so much. All right, so first of all, my name is Joshua Dakim. I'm Joshua Dakim Solomon, and I'll be I have my fellow co-host or the moderator for this program, which is Gavo Yakubu. Gavo Yakubu, you'll be hearing her subsequently while during the course of this program. So it's really good to have you guys here once again. Okay, so now basically our discussion today will be, these are the major objectives we have to cover in our discussion today. And then the first objective is for us to understand the fundamentals of personal branding, and then to develop a unique and authentic digital identity. And then the third one is to optimize online platforms for personal branding. And then the fourth one rather is what, to master the basics of profile optimization and content creation. And then the fifth one, of course, is encourage digital networking and true what leadership. So so basically, that is actually what we are going to be looking at today in our program. And I believe that our speakers are here already, and they are all geared up to present these events to us and to give us their wide range of experience. But then, before we get to meet the speakers, we have Mr. Tayo Olosonde, who is our keynote speaker. I would like to call him forth to give us his keynote address before we go ahead with the other speakers. So I would like Gabo Yakubu to help me read the bio of our keynote speaker. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, so let's call on the second speaker. Sorry, I was muted. So let's call on the first speaker right now to come up with our presentation. I think Mr. Tayo is trying to set up because of technical issues. So please, let's have Gabo Yakubu to read the bio of Ms. Dolapo. Thank you so much.
Dolapo is a renowned business leader with over 25 years of experience in Dolapo is a renowned seasoned business leader with over 25 years of experience in FMCG sector, specializing in driving growth through innovative strategies and market insights. With expertise spanning regional leadership, sales operations, brand development, and commercial strategy. Dolapo has a proven track record of delivering transformative results across multiple regions. A passionate advocate for storytelling and personal branding, Dolapo excels in helping individuals and organizations craft unique narratives that align with their goals. Her forward-thinking approach, combined with a deep understanding of market dynamics, has made her a key driver of brand visibility and business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if our hands are not busy or our keypads are not busy, please let us send emoji, a clapping emoji for Mrs. Dolapo as she comes up on stage. Good evening. You're welcome. It's really good to have you here. You're welcome. You are muted. You are muted. We can't hear you.
Oh gosh. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Joshua and Tim, for inviting me. Trust you are all doing well and keeping safe.
Sure, sure.
I'm trying
All
to
right,
wave back at
Dolapo, can
everyone
you?
as well. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, okay. You're looking at the comment section. That's amazing. All right. All right, go ahead. So you can go ahead. You can share your screen and go ahead.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. Oh, I thought you'll be sharing it from your end there. Okay.
All right.
Let me see. Or I can also talk through. Is that okay?
That's okay. But let me share the screen by the way. So but then you can
Okay,
start
maybe
and
I can
then I will
start.
do the
Okay.
sharing.
Good evening, everyone. Thank
All
you
right.
for being
Yeah.
here. And thank you, Joshua and Tim, once again for inviting me and giving me this interesting topic to talk about optimizing your online visibility for career and business. Really is about enhancing your digital presence for your growth, whether you are growing yourself personally or you are growing your business as well. The good thing is that um, digital is the new thing now. It's the wave, And also, I'm very excited that Nigeria is not at the back, but we are leading in front, and we are also leapfrogging as well. If we compare ourselves to other markets all over the world, our digital and internet penetration is very high, and irrespective of where you are in Nigeria, I'm very excited to say and happy to also see that a lot of people are winning with digital. They are building their personal brand with digital, and they are also winning in terms of business with digital as well. So that's very good. I don't want to waste too much of your time, and so I'll just go straight. And I would also like this to be very interactive. I might not be able to see your questions or your raise of hands or whatever, but I know that Joshua and Tim, they will call my attention to it. But I would also ask some questions, and depending on the questions I ask, I hope you'll be excited and you will also participate by responding adequately via the chat box. So first, let's start. How many of you have a LinkedIn account, or are you are very active on a social media platform? So just raise up your hand and let me see how many people are active on any social media. So you can just list out or a particular one, just name the platform that you are most active on. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be LinkedIn, it could be TikTok, it could be any platform at all. So it could be Snapchat as well. So let me see your hands and just write the platform that you are most active on. I'll be checking it out. Thank you, Evelyn. Facebook. Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah. LinkedIn, X. Yes, I see that. That's nice. Yes, not active though. Okay, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. Yes, WhatsApp is also a social media platform, by the way. So that's nice. Good to hear and good to see. Okay, fantastic. So I'm very excited and happy to see that many of you have presence online. So first and foremost, and what is very important is that, and I'm also learning, by the way, I think I started my LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Reddit, I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on almost all platforms. And the reason is that I always like to see what is happening, how consumers are interacting, what people are talking about, engagement and all that. However, my dominant and my main platform is LinkedIn platform. And the reason is because I'm using that particular platform to build my brand, to build my persona as well. So the first thing I would like to say to you all this evening is that it doesn't matter the platform that you are on. It doesn't matter the platform that you are most active, but what is important, and as it concerns whether you are driving your personal development or building your business or your career, is that you need to choose the platform that most represents your persona, that most stands for who you are. So if you're a career person, for example, then definitely you need to be on LinkedIn. Even if you also have a business. So I'm a career person and I have a business, and as I said, my most active platform is LinkedIn. But it doesn't matter that the other social platforms are very relevant, especially if you run other types of business that you can find your target audience on it. So the first thing, the starting point for those that have, if you have and you want to repurpose your platform, so this, come closer, let us talk. And if you don't have any social media presence at the moment and you want to start, also come closer, let us talk. So the starting point is, first you need to define who you are. So define your personal brand. Who are you? Who are you? So in doing that, what is very important is, first you need to identify your strengths. So whether are you a storyteller? Are you into entertainment? Are you a blogger? Are you a business person? Are you a reviewer? Are you, whatever? Are you a creative person? Are you into production? Are you an engineer? Are you a doctor? Whatever you do, the most important and the starting point is to identify what is that thing that makes you distinct, that makes you different from the others. So that's very important. So identify your unique strength and also identify your area of expertise. So what do you love doing? What gives you energy? For me as a person, I'm a brand specialist. I love everything about brands. I like telling brand stories. I like reviewing brands, and all that. So the first starting point is identify your unique strength. So my strength is in the area of marketing, is in the area of commercialization. My strength is in brand building, brand strategy, brand development. So I've identified that. Then what are your areas of expertise as well? So for example, I'm not into radio, TV production, although I'll talk about it later. I use Canva a lot. I had to learn it, I take a lot of materials and resources from other social media platforms and I repurpose them for my objective on LinkedIn. So yes, define your personal brand is first, identify your strengths and also your area of expertise. Then not very far from it is, what is your value proposition? What do you stand for? What is your purpose? What niche are you creating? Who are you talking to? So what makes you stand out? you need to identify that as well. What will make you stand out in the crowd? Because if you go online across all the social media platform, I read somewhere that Facebook mentioned that the community now has over half of the world's population. So if you have a community that has already half of the world's population and you want to make a difference there, you need to clearly articulate your value proposition in order to stand out of the clutter. So that's very important. The second step and second action to take is you need to align your digital presence with your goals. So what that means is that you need to ensure and be intentional about tailoring and customizing what you stand for online to reflect the career and the business objective. So for example, you cannot say that you are a pharmacist and you want to talk everything pharmacy, but your social media presence, your accounts and your profile seems to show that you are a DJ, as an example. Or if you are a DJ, or if you're a music reviewer or whatever, and then your online presence is saying something different, then there is no connection. It's very important that you tailor your online profile to reflect your career goal, your career objective, and your business objective as well. And then what is also very important for many of us that we are on several platforms is you need to define very early what you want to use those platforms for. What, for example, if you are building your career, as I said, or your business, and your main platform is LinkedIn, then it's very important that you keep everything business and everything career on LinkedIn. Probably you want to use the other platforms like Instagram, for your socials. You just want to show that social angle of you, that's fine. But you need to be very careful that there's no conflict between the persona and the personality that you've created on LinkedIn versus the other platforms as well. Because we all know that these platforms, they serve different objectives and they have different target profiles or target audience there. So it's important that you ensure that there's consistency in the tone of voice, in the images and the messages that you run across this platform. So I go on to the next slide. And what is also very important is that, maybe just some tips to give. So your personal brand is your unique presentation to the whole world. So it's very important that it reflects who you are and what you want people to know about you. So the first time I go to your page, it should be something that immediately I read it through. I can already discuss with anybody beside me or around me that, oh, this is Silas and this is what Silas is good at, and this is what Silas' passion is, or this is what Silas' strengths are, and all. Then particularly for LinkedIn, my advice is based on my experience on LinkedIn. As I said, I'm almost 12 years or so now on LinkedIn, is that you need to take your professional photos seriously. I've seen many people that they don't have pictures on their LinkedIn. I've seen many people, the way the pictures are taken is like you are in a party or you're at an event or something. So a professional photo is very important because it's one of the main and the key lead in creating a strong first impression for you. So it's very important that it reflects your business and it reflects your persona. So if after today, please, I encourage you all to check out your LinkedIn picture now. If it's not up to date, you don't need to do anything special or whatever. Just go ahead, use your phone, take it. There's a lot of guidelines now. Even if you use Gemini, ChatGPT, or anything, they will give you a nice guide on. It will give you a nice guide. The AI will give you a nice guide on how to take a good photograph, professional photo. The next thing is that you must also be intentional about your headline and your profile. So it's very important that you write a compelling headline that summarizes your professional identity. And in doing this, it also attracts the right connection. So some of you, I don't know if it has happened to you before, you approach someone and then to connect, or to follow or whatever, and the person does not respond or they don't reply, is because more often than not, they actually go online to check out your profile. So if you do not have a very good professional photo, or your headline is not compelling enough, or you don't have a well-written summary, there's every probability that you might not get that connection. There's every probability that the person you are trying to reach will not listen to you or will not accept your invite. So it's very important. And why is this important is because many people don't know themselves online, apart from few friends and family members. Once you put yourself out there, then you are there because you want to build trust. You want to show that you are someone that can be trusted. So it's very important that whatever that you do online, drives that persona and also builds trust for you. Because what we know and we've seen, and it has happened to me many times, is that, trust leads to stronger relationship. If you meet someone online for the first time, there are so many people you meet online for the first time, and at the end of the day, you even take that relationship offline and you become the best of friends and even business associates. What is also very important is that when you drive consistency online, your profile is good, you have a well-written summary, your headline is good, and you interact very well. Your online presence reflects your brand identity across all the relevant platforms. So as I said again, the good thing with digital now is that you can go online, you can ask all the AI tools or platforms out there. You can even Google images, Bing images. It gives you examples of well-written personas, well-written profile for any of the social media platform. What I have seen and best practice is that what you write, the way you write your persona on LinkedIn is different. The language, the tonality is different compared to Instagram, compared to TikTok, compared to the other social media platform. So it's very important that you adjust and adapt it to fit the platform that you want. Now, what is also very important, and I encourage you all to do, especially on LinkedIn and even Facebook, is that you should be intentional to leverage those platforms for your growth. How can you do that? One, you can network strategically by joining relevant groups on LinkedIn to connect with people that you share the same aspiration with, that you share the same passion with. Yes. So, and you're like-minded professionals. So you do that. Another good thing about this professional platform, especially LinkedIn, is that now you can freely attend as many webinars and sessions as you want. So if you go online, depending on your interest and your area of expertise, you can browse across, and there are many resources available free of charge that you don't need to pay. Another thing that would help you to build and optimize your presence online is that you should be intentional in sharing valuable content. So whatever that you are doing, create as many contents as you have as you can. Talk about the sector or the industry that you are in. Talk about things that is happening to you, your personal achievements. But be careful with your tonality. Be careful of overusing AI as well. Now, many people are also moving away from professional platforms like LinkedIn. If you go on Instagram and you click and you browse LinkedIn, you see many people coming up to say, look, LinkedIn is putting a lot of pressure on me. I don't really like it too much. There are so many people acting fake. They are not authentic anymore, and all that. So it's very important that whatever material, whatever content, whatever thought leadership article or anything, storytelling, be intentional, be authentic, be genuine, go all out to make a difference, not only for yourself, but also for the community. So interact well, use storytelling, create an emotional connection with your target audience is very important, and you'll see growth. From best practice, even LinkedIn, it's there to guide you. It will tell you, for example, that those that post once or twice a week, get more connection. It gives you ideas on topics that people are talking about. It gives you recommendation. So even for the other platforms as well, it's all there because they want their platforms to grow, and they are encouraging everyone to be active participants or influencers on that platform. Another way to ensure that you are growing organically and growing authentically is that you should also track and use analytics, to refine your content strategy. What kind of analytics? Very simple. You write a content today, there's no like, there's no engagement, there's no interaction, then maybe you need to relook it again. Probably the tone of voice, you need to improve on it. You need to understand your target audience, the kind of language that they like, and all that. So that's very important. As I said, post regularly. Content is king. So try to post regularly. But when you are posting as well, don't be too stereotypical. Be very diverse. Consider different aspects of what you do and what you love. So talk about your engagements, your professional insight, use engaging visuals, use audiovisual, use the relevant hashtags and all to reach your target audience. Again, don't be an island. Digital or social media platform is not meant for you to be a monitoring spirit. So don't only just go after, don't say, hey, I just look, I don't comment, I've never said anything. No. So be interactive, engage with others, comment on posts that you like, reshare, celebrate, just be active, just be yourself, be the authentic you. By the time you do that, and you do that very often, you realize that you're already building that your persona online. And before you know what's happening, others will reach out to you as well to interact, to engage with you and all. I don't know if you know these people. I say here that I'm a rising, I'm coming up. So what do? If you go to my LinkedIn now, you'll see that I regularly share insights about strategy, marketing. As I mentioned earlier, that's my own niche. I talk about leadership. I try to build credibility in the African business ecosystem. Many of you know Fisayo Fosudo is a tech guru. His main primary platform is YouTube, but he's also doing very well across. And there are so many. So there are different types of influencers, and they are different. You don't have to aspire for the big guys now. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of investment in time, in resources, in content quality. But the most important thing is just do it, just get started. I know some of you also might be following Professor Ndubuisi Eke as well. He's very popular. He talks about technology, innovation, and everything Nigeria. So, and there are so many as well. There's another lady. She's an entertainment lawyer. Her name is Omotayo. I've forgotten her family name now, but she's also very good. So you don't have to have the thousands of followers. It doesn't matter even if you don't have any followers at all. Start, like all your posts yourself, comment on everyone's post, be yourself, be natural, be authentic, engage. And I can tell you that in less than a month, you already grow and optimize your online presence. Last but not the least that I want to talk about, because I'm also conscious of time and maybe there could be questions, is first and foremost, as I said, to get started, go check out your social media pages now, update your profile in the light of what we talked about, then create a calendar, create a content calendar, and just start posting. You can use AI tools like Gemini, Bing, Copilot, ChatGPT, and other nice ones out there. Prompt it to give you a month's calendar, daily calendar, weekly calendar. Let it understand your persona, who you are. Prompt it well, and it will give you nice content to prepare for. But what is important is that you need to be mindful of the kind of content that AI generates, so that you don't all look the same, you don't talk the same thing. So you need to ensure that you personalize it, you customize it to represent who you are. Then, as I said, attend at least one online or in-person networking event monthly, online programs across different industries, topics, sectors. They are there. So never be shy away from it. And from time to time, I also do it. If you are an ardent follower of LinkedIn, it gives you your weekly summary of your performance. It tells you your areas of improvement, and yes, you try to focus on that and improve it. Over time, before the end of the year, you will see how far that you've grown on this platform. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dolapo. We really, really appreciate your time. I mean, it was very, very informative. In fact, just so amazing. I've been writing. And I think one of the things that he said is that don't be a monitoring spirit. Yeah, of course. Yeah, try to engage and create your content calendar, be unique and be authentic, and that's one of the amazing way that you can be able to build your unique brand on social media. Thank you so much. So everybody, you can write down your question. There will be a time for question and answers. When it's time, I think Dolapo will be waiting to answer your questions. We'll be taking notes of the questions, and then when it's time, we'll read out the questions so that she'll be able to respond to your questions, and I know she'll be very, very happy. She loves questions. I know. Yeah. So thank you so much, Dolapo. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. And all right, see you during the question session. Thank you so much. All right, so please let's send a clapping emoji. Let's appreciate her for her amazing time, for taking our time to present and to give us this very, very invaluable lecture. We really, really appreciate. All right, so I think we are going to go to the next speaker. All right, so before we go to the next speaker, I would like to call on our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker is in the person of Mr. Tayo. Mr. Tayo is currently waiting to give his keynote address. And then I would like to call on Gavo Yakubu. Gavo Yakubu, please. You can unmute your mic and then you read out the bio for Mr. Tayo. Please, so Gabo, go ahead.
All right. So our keynote speaker for tonight is Mr. Tayo Oloshunde, and he is a renowned social innovator, digital transformation expert, and youth advocate with over 15 years of experience empowering young people across Nigeria as the co-founder and executive director of Mind the Gap. He has impacted over 5 million youths through strategic skill development, job creation, and social enterprise incubation. His work has fostered digital literacy and economic opportunities for young people across the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. Mr. Tayo has played a pivotal role in several national initiatives, including serving as lead partner for the Google Digital Skills for Africa program and lead facilitator of the NYC Digital Onboarders Community Development Service. He was also a key contributor to the National Youth Policy 2019 to 2023 and has been actively involved in programs by NITDA and the federal government to advance Nigeria's digital economy. His leadership extends to numerous social enterprises, where he supports innovation and youth empowerment, serving on the boards of organizations like Slum to School and the Commonwealth Youth Program at the University of Abuja. With a deep commitment to youth development and social impact, Mr. Tayo is passionate about equipping young people with the skills and tools to thrive in a digital world. His expertise in digital innovation, leadership development, and social entrepreneurships makes him an inspiring keynote speaker with a focus on helping individuals and communities leverage technology to unlock opportunities for growth and sustainable change. Ladies and gentlemen, please share your clapping emoji and join me as we make welcome to the stage Mr. Tayo Oloshunde.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Really, really grateful to be here. And congratulations, Joshua, that came, and all the guys who are passing out, who are able to put this together. Congratulations to all of you. I want to just also specially thank our last speaker for that very insightful, intervention she gave. I listened and I was taking notes myself. My job here is very easy and a very simple job because I'm just supposed to just be a keynote speaker. And of course, the impact of a keynote in programs, in conferences, in workshops. It's more like kind of to give an highlight, if you like, the why we are in this workshop. Why are we, we're here to discuss the conversation. Why is it important, that every one of us that we're here, we can make the most of. My own is just to, in my word, to inform, inspire, and involve you in this project, in this program today. And there are just only one or two things I want to say just to serve as my keynote, is that why is it important to even be on social media? Why? Because if you cannot answer your why, then your how, it's going to be very, very, very at your own, as you want it. But if you can define your why, then it's going to inspire you to really find your how, right? So by reason of my training, I studied sociology for my first degree. And in sociology, they taught us that there are 5 institutions that make up any society, which are the family, education, religion, economy, and government. But over time, as sociological study evolved, they've come to realize that media has come to become that's why they call them the members of the 6th realm, i.e., the function of each one of all those various institutions can also be altered by the power of media. And that has always happened throughout the age, but never has it been so democratized. The media has never been so democratized like the way it has been in social media. In fact, there was a statement I had one day that really, really empowered me to know how powerful social media is. There's a statement they used to say in those days that you are 4 people away from everybody. But now, that person gave a proposition and backed it up, that you are only an intelligent message, more like a post from anyone. And I've seen it happen. Just an intelligent post, who you follow, who follows you, and what you say, how you react. Those things have become critical to any other form of plans that you are making for your life, for your career, for your business. No matter what you are planning today, until you are able to define the role that media, ab initio, social media is going to play in the evolution of your career, you don't have a strategy. Because you can achieve so much if without optimizing social media. But when you are able to optimize social media, you will even achieve a lot more. And by optimizing social media, it really doesn't mean that you keep talking. And those are the few things, 1 or 2 things I will just drop, and I'll actually, give room to our next speaker. When we were starting the Google Digital Skills Program in 2015, 2016, like the speaker said, we were invited into the Google office and they taught us four things that you must do to maximize the web. The first one is be found. It is not possible today that you say you are existing as a human being, as somebody who wants to build a career or a business, but you don't have an online presence. You need to be found. And being found starts not just from even your social media handle. It starts from the kind of quality of emails that you have. Some of us, the email we use, we can never be found. Somebody cannot even make a mistake and get your email because I know your name. So if I want to guess, maybe I want to send you, I can just say tayo@gmail.com. If I realize that it's not you, I can say, okay, Tayo, I can try a few things. But the email some of us answer does not make us visible, does not make it easy. People will make a mistake trying to type a message to you. So that's where you start from. So, but the most important thing is that you must be found. Not being found on the web, on the internet, on social media today is like you don't exist. And by that, I don't mean that you have to be everywhere. I mean, the last time I visited my Facebook page, maybe it was like 2017, the last time. My personal Facebook page. My organization's Facebook page is very functional, right? But my personal Facebook, I've not visited it since 2017. Why? Because it does not, I see a lot of more distraction on Facebook for me than the value that it derives for me. But there is no day I don't go to YouTube. Why? Because that's my own educational platform. Okay? So the next thing after being found is to what? Be relevant. Be relevant. Is one thing to have a social media handle, is another thing to be relevant. What does it mean to be relevant? Make sure that you are the kind of people want to follow, and you are a very useful follower of the people you follow. And I explained that. I once told a prodigy of mine who says there's somebody she's trying to actually reach out to way back in Geneva. And I said to her, you know what? Go to that person's social media handle. Create a very strong, footprint behind the person. The moment, make sure you ring the bell. The moment the person drops a message, be the one to always retweet. You don't even have to comment for a start, especially if the message aligns with your interest. Just be the one that is the amplifier of that person's voice. She might not be the one managing that handle herself, but whoever is managing the handle, they consistently follow and see who is the person that is always amplifying her voice. The day they realize, they will check you out. I've seen that happen severally. And that's why I tell people, the people you follow is as important than who follows you. Really, even most people, just like the last speaker said, they won't even follow you because they check your profile and you don't have any serious person that you are following. So they conclude, if you are not following anybody that makes sense, there is a likelihood that you will not have anything to forward, anything to retweet, anything to reshare. Why? Because the people you are following, they don't have substance. Right? So be careful who you follow. But before I follow everybody, anyway, I check who you follow first. I check whether we have common connections. So be careful. And let me also say this in terms of who you follow. Look, social media is not just a place where you go and talk. It's also a place to go and learn. Trust me, if you follow a particular hashtag on a particular topic, you can know everything that is available on social media, because one person you are following might not have all the information, but if you follow a unique hashtag and periodically you are actually clicking the hashtag to know what is going on based on that hashtag, you can become a trusted authority. Also, part of being found also is that you also, when you are becoming a trusted authority, you need to identify an hashtag that best define what your life essence is all about. Especially the moment you begin to find that, okay, I am big on youth development. I am big on problem solving. My own personal hashtag, when I realized this, is called Against All Odds NG. I later realized that there was plenty of Against All Odds, so I create Against All Odds NG. So if you check Against All Odds NG on Twitter, you will always likely see posts that are meant for me. And I make sure that every single thing I'm sharing, I put it like my signature, so that anything you are reading about me is all about problem solving. It's all about realizing that I'm a problem solver. And I don't believe that anything is difficult to be solved. So you will see a trend about me. So that's part of being found. So the next thing is be relevant. Also being relevant also is make sure what you are sharing is something that your followers are interested in. Be careful. Sometimes when you want to ensure you are actually relevant, go and check people who are following you, check what their interest is, and make sure those are the things you share. Because more people used to think, oh, I can just share anything. Don't share things that your followers are not interested in. I remember there was a time I went to somebody wanted to really work on our social media in the office, and I told her, first and foremost, go and look at some of our followers, people among our followers that have the highest number of followers also. Please follow them. Look at people that are followers and look at it, what is of interest to them. Those are the things you make sure we are sharing, because people that follow you for a reason. So if you don't share things that are relevant to them, it's as if you're just wasting their space. Then the next thing is be engaging. To be engaging means that identify for yourself periodic time that you are going to go and actually connect. You see, like I normally say to people, and we are taught in sociology, being on social media and somebody tweet at you or send a message and copy you and you don't reply back is like somebody standing in front of you in the physical world and is talking to you and refuse to answer the person. That is what social media has become today. So you need to be engaging. If you want to be on social media every day, say to yourself, I spend 30 minutes on social media every day. And these are things that I do there. I go to social media every week. These are things that I do there. I'm more of why you need to do this rather than even what you do. Then, of course, the final thing that you need to be aware of is you need to be accountable. Social media does not forget. Be careful what you post. Every single thing you post, in 50 years' time, even if you delete it from your phone, from your timeline, it's still going to be somewhere that somebody can pull up for you one day and say, but you said this. All right? So you need to be careful. What are the 4 things again? Number 1, be found. Number 2, be relevant. Number 3, be engaging. Number 4, be accountable. As you go through this session, I trust that you will learn so much and you put all these 4 things into practice. They are basic, very foundational. But if I go deeper into each and every one of them, you will see how foundational they are, and they are going to be, they are going to be very useful in building and sustaining your following. It's not enough to ask people to follow you. It's ensuring that you sustain your following. Let me say this final word. Majority of all these people that you see as what they call them influencers is intentional. It's very intentional. If you want to really be big on social media, find a group of 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 that you actually have an offline experience that can actually boost your online experience. Don't be quick to want to actually, do what is called, let every single thing you do about your hand, let it be organic. And the only way to do is have an offline line or offline life and relationship that can jumpstart your online experience at the beginning. Once you are able to sustain an offline experience that is building your online experience over a period of time, the rest of your followers will grab it, and before you know what's happening, you become somebody that everybody think you are just, but because you are intentional. All right, with these few words, because I'm just supposed to be, what's it called? A keynote speaker. I want to wish you all the best. And I trust that you're able to leverage social media to actually advance your career, because social media is your voice, is your hair, is your nose, is your eyes, is everything that is about your senses. If you don't use it very well, it's like you are dumb, you are deaf, you are blind, or you actually are suffering from any one of all those things that your senses are supposed to provide for you. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. And I look forward to hearing from you. Any question you might have. All right. Thank you very much. Over to you, Josh. The moderator.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Tayo. Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to have you here. And thank you so much for that amazing keynote speech. And I think one of the things I was able to pick is that you should be found. I mean, you should be found. And apart from being found, is for you to be able to connect with the right people at the same time, because naturally, who the people that you have around you actually reflects the kind of individual that you are. So thank you so much for that amazing session, Mr. Tayo. We really, really appreciate. So please, let's give him a clapping emoji. It's not really easy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Let's give him a clapping emoji. I can see you. I can see you, Stella. Thank you so much for your comment. I can see Shelo. Thank you. I can see Elkana Fali. Thank you so much for that amazing keynote speech. We really appreciate. Thank you so much, Mr. Tayo. Now, just to our next speaker. Our next speaker is we're about to call on our next speaker, which is Professor Alex. Professor Alex is also an amazing person when it comes to cybersecurity, because what is the essence of being on social media without ensuring your security? I mean, after you finish creating the digital identity, how do you intend to manage that identity, and so that somebody will not steal your identity to be able to, I mean, your identity has to do with your reputation most times. So how do you intend to protect it? And that is actually one of the ways, or that is actually the reason why we are having Professor Alex. I mean, you would love to hear from Professor Alex. Is so amazing. So my moderator, if you are available, help me read the bio for Professor Alex as he comes up to deliver his session. Thank you. Your mic is mute. It's muted. We can't hear you if at all you are speaking. Your mic is on mute. We can't hear you.
Professor Alex is a senior cybersecurity analyst with over 15 years of experience in cybersecurity, digital forensics, governance, risks and compliance (GRC). He specializes in providing organizations with cyber threat analysis, vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, incident response, and digital forensics to help them stay resilient in the face of evolving cyber threats. His expertise also extends to satellite communications and leadership in AI ethics, making him a trusted advisor in managing digital risks. Professor Alex is passionate about helping individuals and organizations enhance their digital security while adopting to new technologies. With a strong academic background, he teaches cyber. Let's drop our clap emojis as we make welcome to stage Professor Alex.
Can you hear me?
Professor Alex, you are welcome. It's really good to have you here, and I love your cap.
Thank you very much. All right, so I met Joshua, I guess it's almost 2 years now when we're presenting at Plateau State University in Jos.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful to meet you again. I'm uploading my slide on here to present. While it's uploading, just for purpose of time, it's giving me also, maybe I should better share my screen, because I think that might be the fastest way to go, because your upload is a little slow, right?
Yeah.
Do you see it's still showing? You're still trying to upload, correct? Our digital challenge is. Let's see if we can. Are you able to see the files uploaded there or no?
Are you sending it to me via mail?
No, 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 no. Your system says you can share your slides. What do you see? Do you see my screen? I'm sharing my screen.
Your screen. Yeah, your screen is coming up.
Okay. Let me
Perfect. It's up now. We can see your screen.
All right. So you see the PowerPoint slides. Again, I'm tasked with speaking about protecting your digital identity, staying secure while building your brand. Is that what you see, Joshua?
Yes.
All right. Great. All right. So it's a pleasure to be here. That's how to reach me both on Twitter, LinkedIn, email, YouTube, and both WhatsApp and, of course, other phone call. A summary of what she said: I've been in tech actually more than 15 years. I've been in tech since 1985. Besides having a law degree, I have a degree in computer science, and I've been privileged to do this around the world. I'm currently talking to you from UAE. In cybersecurity, we are required to not just have college degrees or university degrees, we are required to have certifications. The, the certifications enable us to stay current on what's going on in the industry. So I'm privileged to have the highest, two of the highest cybersecurity certifications from CompTIA and ISACA, CISM. All right, so I always have to put this disclaimer when we're talking about sensitive stuff. You see this here. Just acknowledge for me, Joshua, my disclaimer that this presentation is for educational purposes only. However, you use this information is your responsibility. I am not responsible for any illegal activities. Is that what you see on there?
Um, no, I can't see that. I'm still at the initial slide. The
What are
initial
you guys
slide
seeing
is
there?
what I'm seeing.
Maybe the participants can tell us because it says to me I'm going through and you're seeing that. So the initial slide is just the one. What slide are you seeing?
The one that
Let's
is having your picture, but then we can see the disclaimer screen right now.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
so I
so
think
we
I
can
think
see
your
it.
system has a when you're doing a presentation it doesn't come up. So that was the previous screen. So what you see is just the disclaimer now, right?
Yeah, and then that's
And then now
about me. Yeah,
okay, and then the caveat.
yes, we can see the caveat.
All right. What I'm doing here is I'm actually monitoring two screens in here. Let's see. Yeah, on okay. Because when I do the slideshow, you're not able to see the presentation. That's fine. So we'll stick with this one here. All right. All right. So that's just telling you that I'm using images that might be copyright protected, and I'm not obviously using this as a substitute for getting specialized one-on-one consulting from cybersecurity or legal assistance. And in cyber, we have what's called red team and a blue team. All right, so basically, this is our objective today to talk about how I can equip you with strategies to safeguard your digital identity on while you are creating a credible persona or professional brand online. All right, so what is your digital identity? I know the keynote speaker and the previous speaker touched on this, but in actual definition, is basically your footprint, what you're doing online. That includes your social media profile, your professional presence, and even your online behavior. The we would say the components of this includes yes, your email address, your social media accounts, your professional presence, like your LinkedIn profile, and of course, what you share online and what you do when you're interacting with people. That's what we consider to be the components of your digital identity. It has the good part and the bad part. The benefits, obviously, you're building trust and credibility, as we heard the speakers talk about, and it enhances your career opportunities and personal branding. I've gotten a lot of contacts for training or consulting just based on my LinkedIn profile. My first initial um, journey to the UAE was from somebody recruiting me on LinkedIn, even a university, and then a training I did recently in Saudi and Bahrain. All these are part of having a good online presence. But of course, along with the benefits are also the risk, such as identity theft, damage to your reputation, and financial loss. I personally have been a victim of identity theft. I was in Nigeria for some time on a project with a university there. I was doing intelligence and security studies, only to go to the US and find out that somebody had stolen my identity, right? But of course, I had to take measures since then to protect my identity online. But just understand that being online or doing certain things, you are subjecting yourself to different, I call them attack vectors. And one of them is identity theft, all right? But what are the different kind of threats to your digital identity? I'm saying this so I can make sure I cover enough materials and then answer your questions. Your cybersecurity threats includes obviously what I call phishing attempts, phishing spelled with a PH. Of course, data breaches, which means your information is seen by somebody is not supposed to be seen. And then, of course, like weak passwords. And then your reputational threats, a lot of misinformation. People can pass out the wrong information about you. And of course, unauthorized use of your own personal image and content. So here I'm going to talk to the keynote speaker, is it Tosin? If you're hearing me, please, it is not a good idea to not have checked your Facebook profile in years, because that is one way that somebody will steal your identity. So please, your personal profile, personal Facebook page, go and check it. And also see if somebody has tried to use your picture or your image to do other things, right? So I hope the gentleman is hearing me. But just understand that all those pictures you have on Facebook and your information, somebody can use it to impersonate you. So when I use the word phishing, there are different types of phishing. The one normally you think about is getting an email from somebody. That's a standard one. But nowadays I can call you on the phone, and that's called phishing. I'm using a voice over internet protocol. And then whaling, which is I'm targeting somebody big in an organization like a CEO. And of course, our standard phishing, where I just say, okay, I'm going to target Joshua. It doesn't necessarily have to be a CEO or the president of a company or bank manager. And then, of course, smishing is when I use SMS, and then quishing is when I use QR codes. So those QR codes, when you scan them, just understand that there are potential issues for them. One type of way of doing phishing is what we call a Trojan horse, where somebody tells you that your system has been infected. Click here to get a free antivirus. Of course, you click it and your system gets infected. This is from Greek mythology. If you follow Greek mythology, you know the fight between Greece and I forgot the other country. Of course, another version of this is where I call it the greedy white American gets an email supposedly from a Nigerian promising them money in exchange for helping them steal money from another country. So the person is trying to reap where they didn't sow, but that's a standard like Trojan horse. I'm promising you something good, but behind it is something bad or nefarious. So when you click on those links, you're going to get what we call malware. This is not a lecture on malware, but just know that malware means malicious software. It goes from downloading something that enables me to spy on your computer, or the annoying ads that you get, which is adware or scareware, something to scare you, or crimeware to commit crime. And then, of course, what we hear a lot about is the ransomware, whereby downloading a link or I get an app on your system, a malware in your system, and I lock your system by encrypting it, and I say, pay me money, pay me $1,000 in Bitcoin or that kind of cryptocurrency in exchange for me to give you the key to decrypt that thing. Joshua, are you guys hearing me? Doing a check-in. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great. All right, so that would be the different types of malware that you might encounter, right? But also, I'm not just here to scare you. I'm also here to tell you practical security tips that you can do. Of course, the first thing is to secure your account by using like strong, unique passwords. I use the word strong and unique together because many people use the same password on different websites or different accounts. Please don't do that. Have unique passwords for different web applications that you log in. And then this multi-factor authentication, please use that. I will explain what I mean by MFA in a minute, or two-factor authentication. And use a password manager. I use Windows Hello, or there are many other ones that you can use to help you with your password. And then your privacy settings. I just finished talking to the keynote speaker to please review your privacy settings on platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and try and limit the visibility of your personal information. I know you all want to celebrate your birthday, but I can know the month and day you were born, but do I really need to know the year that you were born? And maybe sometimes women do this. They want to link their profile to their boyfriend or their husband's profile. Somebody doesn't really need to know that you're married to somebody else or your family members. So just limit the personal information that you share and how visible people can see it, right? This also includes your traveling from one destination to the other. I know you want to impress your friends. Please don't post that I just left Miami airport, I'm heading to Nigeria, because I'm going to know how long it takes you to get to Nigeria, which means that you're exposing yourself to other kind of threats. And then also avoid the phishing scam I was mentioning. Always check your sender's email address. Avoid clicking on suspicious link, and always verify messages with trusted sources. Now, how do you verify suspicious link? Normally on your computer, you just move the mouse over and look on the lower left-hand corner of the screen, and you will see the actual real website address. If I'm teaching like a ethical hacking class here, I will show you how you can create all these things to fool somebody. Joshua, I'm going to go straight through this slide, and then I'll come back if I have enough time to show the demos, all right? So I have 3 demos I will show you. One is the demo to check how strong your password is. And how you do it is when you enter the password, it will tell me how long it would take for a hacker to crack your password. That's the site we call a password meter. Then also, it's inevitable, or how would I put it? Sometimes we tell people the issue is not have you been hacked or has your email address been stolen, but the question is when and how can you limit your exposure. So a good website that we use is Have I Been Pawned? If you go to Have I Been Pawned, you will notice you put your email address, it will tell you if your email address has been the subject of a data breach. Now, there is so much fake identity going on the internet. People go to this fake name generator and they just generate fake website persona or online persona, and they use it to send you a website request, a friend request, connection request. Just know that this is something that people do now to try and get to you, to have you divulge what you normally will not divulge. All right. Again, this is for educational purposes. I'm not telling you to go and do this, right? Before somebody goes and creates fake persona using this, and it becomes Professor Alex Akwadete's issue. Now, AI is now ubiquitous. Big language, big Oyibo for it's everywhere now. Not just
Is it just me, or his network just went off? All right.
can you hear me? Hello,
Yeah,
can
we
you hear
can
me?
hear you, Professor.
Okay, the screen somehow disappeared, right? All right, so let's go
Yeah.
back to my screen. On the screen that I was sharing was my PowerPoint slide screen. Let's change that and go back to. All right. So while this screen is coming up, I'm telling you that there are ways that people create fake persona. That's why not everybody that sends you a friend request on Facebook do you need to listen to, right? Or do you need to acknowledge or accept? Because you do not know what they're trying to accomplish. Because people look for friends that you have so they can friend your friend and use it as a way to try and trick your friends into accepting the friend request, right? All right, so you still seeing my screen now, Joshua, correct? Our moderator.
It's coming up. The moderator will project it. Yeah, it's coming up.
All right, so I was talking to you about the impact of AI. So with AI, it makes it easier for us to work in cybersecurity, but it also makes it easier for a lot of hackers or people with bad intentions to do what they want to do. AI enables me to create deep fake, which is I can create a voice that sounds like you. I can obviously use your video of you. I can doctor it to make people believe what I want them to believe. And normally, we used to say phishing emails, you can spot them with bad grammar, but now with AI, you can develop excellent phishing emails. And then, of course, robots or computers that are now bots are used now to spread a lot of misinformation globally. And also, the automatic fake ID generators are big issues now with AI. Makes it easy to become a scammer now. All right. So, with all of that said, how do you build a secure and credible brand? The do's: maybe share your professional achievements and your insights. Use consistent branding, as the previous speaker said, across all platforms. That's why I tend to have the same picture, same name on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Engage responsibly with your audience. And what you do not do is do not overshare personal information, as I was saying before. Try not to post unverified or controversial content. Some people's accounts have been blocked because they post uh, controversial items. And please do not ignore feedback, address it professionally, right? All right, so quick examples for purpose of time about what has happened with uh, online presence. Canva, we all know what Canva is. Uh, they expose over 137 million users' information. Part of the issue was the passwords were not hashed. They were hashed but not sorted. What that means for us in cybersecurity is when you get onto your computer and you type your username and your password, the system does not store your plain text password. It hashes it using some kind of algorithm. It could be a SHA-256. Please don't worry about what that means. And then it will now store the hash value. So the next time you log in, it hashes your new entry and then compares it to your stored hash. If it matches, then it lets you into the system. So salt is a unique value that your system adds to your password before it hashes it. So Canva wasn't implementing good password security. Any brand new cybersecurity person can learn how to hack or crack simple password. You use tools like John the Ripper, can enable, and you can crack passwords. All right. Of course, the impact was legal fees. They had to spend money to contain the breach, and they had a lot of business loss. And of course, the reputation damage. The solution was to implement MFA and then password manager. So now you see me talk about MFA twice, multi-factor authentication. So for us in cybersecurity and for you, there are three main factors you need to worry about on your system. I cannot tell you how many times Nigerians will call me. Somebody has hacked their WhatsApp account, hacked their Facebook account, because they did not implement multi-factor authentication. Something you know is one factor, which is like your password. Something that your eyes, your biometrics, your face, your retina scan, and then something that you have, which will be your phone, so I can send you an OTP code. If you implement these things, it's more difficult for people to hack into your system. Before I can crack into your WhatsApp, I have to send a pin to your phone. Before I can change your LinkedIn or log in somewhere else, they have to send you an OTP, or better yet, use what I call authenticator apps on your phone. Number 2 was Roseanne Barr. She was a comedian in the US. She tweeted something very horribly about. Can you guys hear me? She tweeted something horribly about. We're having some technical challenges on there, right? Can you see my camera was unplugged? Joshua, can you hear me? So Roseanne Barr tweeted something badly about an Obama supportee, and as a result, she had her show canceled. All right. Making sure that you're on the right window. So on there, I have on the notes portion any information that you want, and I'm happy to share my slide deck with you. Right? Of course, the solution is always to maintain your be wise what you post online, and then knowledge is the key to protecting your digital identity and basically staying online while building your brand. The activities, she already mentioned this to you. It's almost like she and I were thinking along the same path. Open your social media profile, your Facebook, and review it. Check your privacy settings, your post and your interaction, and then your account security measures. Make sure you got multi-factor authentication. And of course, assignment for tonight is identify what improvements you can make today. I hope that you can have this following key takeaway. Your digital identity is your online reputation, so you should protect it. Use practical security measures to protect against breaches. Build your brand while staying secure and credible. And of course, so that you need to start with small steps, like review your accounts today and then try to see what is happening. Some of the tools that you can use is password manager I mentioned, LastPass, Dashbane, and I say multi-factor apps like Google Authenticator. And of course, Have I Been Pawned is a good tool to use to check what's going on online. And look up cybersecurity blogs. I use Krebs on security, and look up tutorials on protecting your cybersecurity online. So in summary, please make sure you have security in place. Be careful what you post online. Protect your identity. Guard it as though you were guarding your house or guarding $1 million. I don't want to say 1 million naira, $1 million, right? And then I guess we will take the questions later on about what you want to do about protecting your identity and what questions that you have for me. Again, that is my different ways to stay in touch with me. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel that we have that engages and gives you lectures, or even our WhatsApp channel that talks to you about cybersecurity trends, recent news on AI. And then thank you for listening. I think I fit in the time frame, right, Joshua?
Definitely, definitely.
And sorry for
Thank
our
you.
technical challenges, and I guess we'll save the questions for later, right?
Of course, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Alex.
So I have 5 minutes. Do you want me to do the demo, or we can just skip it and then you can ask questions later on?
All right. If you can handle the demo in 5 minutes, I mean, why not?
Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let me show you what I was mentioning to you about how to check. So let me share one of my screen. I'm going to share my let's share this Google page on here and show you how you can let me go to Have I Been Pawned? Good. All right. So just you tell me, are you guys seeing Have I Been Pawned?
All right. The moderator is bringing up the screen, so it should come up soon, provided
Okay.
you share it.
Yes, I've shared it on there. I'm waiting for it to come up on your side.
All right. So he's on.
Okay,
We
great.
can see
Right.
it now.
So this is how
Yeah.
you check if somebody is, you have your email address. So in my case, one of my popular email addresses is prof@tower@gmail.com. I'm going to type it in. I'm going to click pond to check. So the system goes on and it tells me, it gives me the message, oh no, pond. My email address has been pawned in 11 data breaches. And has been found, says, well, I can subscribe to them. But what this tells me is that a normal attacker, my email is already on the dark web or has been sold to somebody, right? Or somebody can see my email and then they can try and use it to do certain things.
Wow.
So which means I need to make sure that I use strong password if I use that email. So you please go and put your regular email and put haveibeenpawned.com, right? As I just showed you. But better yet, let's see this in here. So I want to also show you how you can make sure your password. So many organizations will tell you all right, moderator, I'm waiting on here to go to the next screen, that your password should be at least, no, you went back to haveibeenpawned.com. Let's actually close that page. Go that one and get the password meter. Let's go to passwordmeter.com. So many organizations will tell you that your password should be at least, it was giving me the right site, sorry. Your password should be at least 13 characters or 8 characters with special letters. They will say have numbers. Okay, right here. All right, so on here now, let me wait for you to come up. All right, good. So it's here now. So if I enter a normal password that most people love, let's say I'm going to enter the word password, okay? So in this case, let's see, I think I wonder how you see it. Show the password. So I enter the word password. It tells me very weak. In 6 seconds, I can crack that password. Even if I put the word 1, 2, 3, I can crack it in 38 seconds. If I put maybe star, 6 minutes, 5, right? 6, 10 hours. So an average hacker is very patient. And I know that these passwords are already on a database I can use online, and I just put it on your system and I can crack your password. Any question on that? And then this is the other one I just want to show you quickly, and then we'll go to the question and answer for checking this is how people try to trick you by generating a fake name online. Here, they could just pick a name they want, right? Or in this case, they can just choose something in here. If I sign in, I can get premium versions, and I can generate name, address. I can tell you where I want, how old I want to be. Could talk about my favorite color. So imagine if I'm trying to trick somebody into giving me information, and I know that they already know about a family member, so it'd be easy for me to now use that information to create my own profile, and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's the same person that I know, right? Meanwhile, I'm using somebody else's identity. All right. Any question? I'll stop sharing my screen. And then that's it for my demo, Joshua.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Alex. I think they are already preparing their questions, and they will drop their questions immediately. The last speaker comes up. Okay, we have a question here, but then I think you entertain the question at the question session. So, so please, Emmanuel, you can put a pin on your question, and then during the question session, we'll go back to your question. Thank you so much, Professor. It's really good to have you here once again. Very, very amazing session. Thank you so much. So please, let's give Professor a clapping emoji. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really, really appreciate it. All right. So now the next thing on our menu is for us to invite um, the one of our amazing speaker, um, in the person of Ms. Laila. She's going to give us her own experience in how we can be able to apply analytics to our content, to our social media platforms. So I would like to call on the moderator to help me read Laila's bio. Thank you so much.
Laila is an accomplished data analyst, civil society leader, and advocate for financial and digital literacy with over 14 years of experience across health, media, and finance sectors. As the founder of the Hausa Initiative, she champions inclusive education by promoting data and financial literacy through digital content in Hausa, impacting communities in northern Nigeria. She has trained over 1,000 youths and driven impactful collaborations to empower marginalized communities through storytelling and grassroots engagement. In her session on optimizing your online presence for maximum impact, Laila will share practical strategies for leveraging data-driven approaches to strengthen digital visibility and engagement. She will offer actionable ladies and gentlemen, using our clapping emojis, let's welcome Miss Laila.
All right, let's send our clapping emoji as Miss Naila comes up for our amazing session.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Joshua and the moderator. Thank you very
Thank you.
much for giving me this platform. Hi,
Thank you.
everybody. Yeah, okay, so now
Hello.
I'll try and set out a presentation. Let me see. Okay, I'm trying to share. Apologies. Okay, so are we there? Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see your screen, Laila. Go ahead.
You can see the screen, right? Okay.
Yes, yes, we can.
So yeah, thank you very much. My presentation today is how you can optimize your online presence for maximum impact. We'll be looking at data-driven strategies that you can use to enhance your presence. You know, I always try to look at it this way. When we were growing up, I don't know of Mr. Joshua, but I'm very sure of our Ebon, our big brother. When we were growing up, it was optional for us to go online. Data was not even available there, and all these platforms that are now available did not truly exist then. Yeah, sorry. You were saying before we begin? Are we there?
We are here. Go ahead. Go ahead. We are with you. We can go ahead, Laila. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was saying it wasn't optional for us. It was optional. Like going online was not even a thing. It was like talking to strangers and going outside. It was truly frowned upon. But right now, going outside is a must. You must sell yourself. You're passing out from the NYSC. This is the time to shine, and this is the time to show the world who you are and what you can be. So the best way to do so is to go online. You have taken the right step by joining this seminar or this webinar and trying to find out. You have listened to how important it is, and right now, okay. I have to ask ourselves, why does online presence matter? So unlike when we were growing up, social media was not a thing. It was optional. You could either choose to go there or you could choose to stay out. And the only thing that was even there was I am. I don't know if the old one said I am. Then we need to go, and very few people could get there. And of course, the network then was not even available. Data was not data, so you couldn't just go online anyhow and how you wanted it. But right now, sorry, I'm having trouble with my connection. It keeps going off and on. Can you hear me? Okay. These are the tools. Before we even get into that, so we have to look at, right? I was saying we have to look at why do you even go online? You have to establish trust and authority in your domain. You have to make meaningful connections with the people that you're with, that you need to see, that you need to showcase yourself to. And being online is where you show people who you are, get the jobs that you need, and also get the professional growth that we all yearn for. So how do you build this compelling online presence? Like seriously.
Lala, do you need us to give you a while to settle your network while Professor is answering some of the questions that have been kept for him?
Okay, I think I'm back. Apologies. Okay, can I jump back in? Thank you very much. So I've spoken about this. You need to be online because of the opportunities, because you need to sell yourself. And of course, that's the best way to reach out to all the people that you need to see and they need to see you. Before we even get into data, because data can only occur when something happens. It is only when you have done something or something has been done about you or you have contributed to something, that is when you start looking at the data that you have generated or that has been generated about you. So let's look at, you are now going online. Amina Kingama NYSC, you have finished your NYSC. You have decided that you're going online. You need people to see you. The person that is going, you need to change something in your community or you need to improve a process in an organization and you know how to do it, but you can't get into that organization. So you want to come online and tell people how to do it. After looking at that, then we'll look at the data and how you can improve your visibility and engagement. Then we'll look at some tools and some strategies that you can adopt. So how do you do it? You are now online. The very first important thing is you must have a picture. If you're going to sell yourself, the content is about you. Need to, to tell you anything today. Am I back on? Okay, let's try again. Hopefully this time around it works. So you have to sell yourself in the bio. Then you have to talk about your achievements. Yes, you
All right. Sorry, Lila have been facing network challenges at her end. Um, so, but then while she's trying to set, maybe while she's trying to get her network settled, just so that we can be active, I think let's have Professor, please, Professor Alex, please, you can come up so that you can answer some of the questions. I think we'll be doing it question and answer, and then up until when she's gone. So thank you for coming back, Professor Alex. It's really good to have you here once again.
All right. No, can you hear
And
me?
yeah, and
Okay.
I understand that it's getting to midnight at where you are.
Yes.
So we'll try as much as possible to end it very soon. It's almost time, I mean. So, but then
Yes.
here is a question from Oluwa Shola
Yes.
Segun. He says, "Sir, do I have a WhatsApp group chat for?" Okay, sorry. So that's not. And then we have Emmanuel Akimbode is asking, "How do I create a strong password?" That's his question. How can he create a strong password?
Okay. Well, by definition, a strong password should be a password that has um, small letters, capital letters, special characters, preferably at least 8 to 13 characters. Did you hear me?
Sure.
Of course, many systems now have password generators built into them, and they will give you like what's called a strong password. The problem is that most of those strong passwords might be difficult for you to remember. So try and create, for example, now, one password for me could be Joshua is a great guy, right? So Joshua is a great guy, but I would change the E to the @ symbol or the A to the @ symbol, right? And then maybe Joshua change the O in your name to the number 0, because you must have special characters, small letters, capital letters, and then numbers. That makes sense? That's a good way to create a special, or just use a password generator and then store it in a password manager. So sometimes
All right.
people use a phrase to create their password.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that response. And then we have a question here from Alayande Ibrahim. Say, what will you do next after you observe that your Gmail has been pawned? I mean, what action will you take to receive it back or to retrieve it back?
So let me explain. The word pawn doesn't mean that I lost my Gmail email address. It just means that my email address has been sold. What I mean by sold is that my identity, that profatawa@gmail.com, has been given to somebody in a data breach online. So me, every single account that I use that email address, I just have to make sure that I have strong passwords on there. And not only do I have strong password, because it's not just enough to have strong password, I must also have multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication, so that whenever somebody enters my password or tries to change some credentials, the system is going to notify me and ask, send me a code. All right. So there's nothing you can do if your email address has been pawned by that email address. You still have to use the email address, because I've had that email address for over 10 years. I mean, I also have alexakwadete@gmail.com, but that one is one I use more for the university. So make sure your password has small letters, capital letters, numbers, and special characters, and it should be at least 8 to 12 characters long or digits long. All right, Joshua, next question.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof. So we have another question. And then the person is saying, is saving up your password and username for different social media safe? That is, I mean, logging in to your social media automatically with your saved password other than typing it each time.
Well, you should only save your password in a private uh, system, like your private computer and your private phone, not in the public. That's the first thing. You shouldn't save password, or it's called, I think she means remember password. You should not have the system remember your password unless it's in a private system, right? But better yet, when you use a password manager, it's going to ask you for the code, and then you can enter the password code, and then the system will enter the password in there for you. But there's nothing wrong with saving your password, but don't save it in a public system. Of course, you should periodically go through like your web browser and what's called delete your browsing history and clear the cache, as in CACHE, and delete your cookies from your web browser. Cookies are just things that are stored, like a piece of code. Let's call it code that is stored to make your browsing experience easier. So always delete those things. All right. All right. Next question.
Okay. So somebody is asking if you actually run an online training for cybersecurity. So somebody is
Well, yeah.
hiding.
It was yes to know. I have the WhatsApp platform that I post the weekly questions. Remember, Joshua, and we post updates and stuff.
Yeah.
Most cybersecurity stuff, I would encourage you to go to the YouTube channel and listen to the YouTube lectures. For example, every semester, every fall semester, I teach senior year students at the US, Manchester Mary University, cybersecurity. So what I've done, because the textbooks are expensive, I've created YouTube videos about the lectures. Sometimes it's inevitable the lecture is going to be like 2 hours or something, but sometimes, once in a while, I try to chop up the lectures into different format. That's the only way I can like create YouTube videos of a whole textbook of 1,000 pages for the people who cannot afford to buy anything. Uh, uh, Unfortunately, a lot of cybersecurity courses, when we need like tools, like for if I'm teaching you ethical hacking, it cannot just be theory. If I'm teaching you how to like, I will call it harden your router or do certain things, we have to have labs, and the labs are paid labs. So we have to like buy. I can get discounts for people like in developing countries, but you still have to pay because I need the lab interface to really practice the thing. So it's not just theory. So the answer is yes and no. Once in a while, we have this kind of stuff, or what we did at Plateau State University. Like I have a vision to train over 1 million Africans in tech and leadership. So we're doing it slowly. We've already gone past almost 2,000, 1,000 and something. So you just have to watch out, and we'll post when we're doing free classes, or we're doing very discounted classes. And what we do sometimes as a way to give back to society, when I have like maybe 10 students that are paid, it's almost like tithing. We now maybe create 10 or 20% of the student population are free. But nobody in the class knows who's attending for free, so they don't feel any particular way. But many times we have people that are in our training courses, and some of them are there for free, because we take the money that maybe if 10 people pay, we take the money that the 10 people pay, or maybe what might be considered our profit, and we use to give like 2 free spots for students when it's possible.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof. So I think what you're going to do for me is all the resources that you have, maybe
Yes.
you can have it on a document and then you send it to me via mail, and I'll also share it to all of the participants here, and probably links to your WhatsApp groups too, where you share information about
Okay.
your classes. So that I'll share it to everybody that has registered for this particular program today.
Yes, so just you have to remind me, are you in that WhatsApp group? Because that's the same group called Share Cyber.
No, I'm not there.
Okay, I'll send it to you via WhatsApp, and I'll send my slides. I'm going to convert it to PDF and then send it to you, and you can send it to everybody, right?
All right. I'll prefer it via mail, but it's okay.
Okay, yeah, fine. I'll reply your email that you sent to me, and then you can use it. Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you so
All
much,
right, guys.
Professor. We
Thank you
really
very much.
appreciate it.
Good
Thank
listening.
you so much. But do you have any last words to say before you go?
Uh, Congratulations on your passing out. I had to do my youth service, believe it or not, in my 40s. Everyone was laughing at me at the youth camp. After being in overseas for years, I came back. I had a doctorate already. They said you must serve, and I actually served. So everybody should serve. And they laughed at me. I served in Delta State. And he'll be like, bros, you know, if you get the exemption, and I have pictures. So I'm happy that you guys are serving and that you are finishing. Explore your career opportunities. Tech is awesome now. This is the best time to be alive. When I was a computer programmer in the 80s, we didn't have what we have today. So whatever your career path is, please stick in it. And I know with hard work and prayer, you can accomplish anything. So congratulations. And then I'm easy to reach. I'm a public figure, social media, whatever, and I'm happy to send any resources I can send to you as much as I can to help you guys. All right. So thank you, and good night, everybody.
Thank you so much, Professor. Please, let's give Professor, if your key parts are not busy, let's drop emojis for Professor and thank him so much for being here with us. Thank you so much, Professor.
Okay.
And thank you for representing us with your African attire over
No
there.
problem. All right.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Yes, so thank you everybody. So let's have, I don't know if Lila is back, maybe in 5 minutes, if she can be able to summarize her class before we get maybe Dolly come forward to give a maybe one or two words to the class or to the session before we call it a day. Yeah, Laila, you can go on. Maybe in 5 minutes, if you can be able to summarize your session. Thank you so much. Your mic is muted. I can't hear you. Lala, you have to unmute your mic.
Beautiful, beautiful day. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Yes,
Can
I
hear
was
you.
muted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear you, Laila.
Data-driven strategies. You can't talk about data if you don't have a purpose, right? So for you to track something, okay, perfect. For you to track something, or for you to know where you're going, or for you to understand how you are efficiently doing what you're doing, then you have to set in place some things that you are looking at. Social media has made it easy for us, right? Because already there are things that you can measure and you can see. When you talk about the content that you're posting out there, who is liking it, who is sharing it, who is saving it, who is sending you messages, direct messages to say, I like what you're posting, I like this, I like that. That is a metrics. That is something that you should be looking at when you are making your posts. Another thing that you should be looking at is your followers. Who are your followers? Your audience. First, you must remember what is the purpose of going online. What is the message that you're trying to send? Are you looking for a job? Are you trying to sell something? Or are you just trying to add your voice to something? That will help you track whether you're going in the right direction or you need to audit yourself and improve what you're doing there. So before you do all that, yes, now you're in university, you have had all the fun online, you have done all the challenges, you have done everything, you have done that most recent one. Then it's time to Google yourself. When you Google yourself, what comes up? Because the person that is going to help you, that professional that is looking for you to employ you, or that person that is looking to give you a grant for your project, or that person that wants to hire you is going to do the same thing. So you Google yourself. What you see online is what that person will see. So is that what you want the person to see? If no, then clear it, right? Clear it. And then now you have to
All right. Thank you so much, Laila. Thank you so much. I think these are some of the disadvantages that we have around in this part of the world. But thank you so much, Laila, for coming up, and thank you for the little things that you've shared for us. They are so valuable to us. Thank you so much. And then, okay, so I would like us to have Dolapo. If Dolly is here, Dolly, please, you can come up, and then you give us some final words while we are trying to round up. It's almost time. So
Yeah.
I think you didn't have much question during your session, but then maybe if there are some things that maybe you might have left out in your presentation, or I know probably when you might have sat back, you were thinking of some certain things that you wanted to add. So please go ahead and give us one or two tips and also your final words too. I mean, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much again to the organizers. I enjoyed this session. Some sessions you participate and almost immediately you just say thank you all for joining and you leave, but this particular one has been very engaging. I like the interaction in the chat. I like people's curiosity, asking questions. I would like to enjoin and encourage the organizers to put all the materials together and share it with everyone that came today. So that way, for those that probably we didn't have the opportunity to listen through to the presentation because of network or anything, we have the opportunity to review it and we can also reach out to them with our questions and follow up. So please, let's do that. Well, I just want to say on the final note that online visibility matters a lot. Anyone that says that online visibility does not matter, the person is living in the Stone Age, not in the AI age. Imagine a scenario or a situation where you come into this world, you do everything, but it seems like you are in the dark. Nobody knows you, nobody have heard about you, nobody have seen you, you are not making any contribution or whatsoever. I would like to encourage you to not be in that space. Rather, use online purposefully. Use it to not only build your career or your business, but use it to leave a legacy behind so that whenever someone wants to say something about you, refer to you, your works, everything, they can go to your personal page and always use that as a point of reference to remember you, to acknowledge you, to appreciate you. Imagine if people like Chino Achebe, Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Tafa Balewa, Abiola and co, many of these are iconic leaders, Herbert Macaulay, Ajayi Crowther. If they had access to online as we do now, you can imagine the fantastic things that they would have done and the type of knowledge that we would have gained. So online matters a lot. Also, specifically for LinkedIn, one point that I did not make is that if you are looking for a job, if you're a job seeker, or you want to use LinkedIn, to pursue a career, did you know that about 70% of recruiters, they actually use LinkedIn to evaluate candidates before hiring them? So there's always a pros and a con. But as far as I am concerned, and the key message I want to leave behind with everyone today is that build your online presence. So let people find you, let you be seen, and be consistent in who you are and what you say online. Research has also shown that businesses with very strong online presence, they have twice more likelihood to attract clients. Even for me that I'm running my business now, all the leads and customer acquisitions that I've gotten actually came through LinkedIn. So I'm very happy about the platform. A professional digital identity will also help you to build trust and open doors. So if I want to confirm a person, a business, anything at all, I just go online, I Google it, I check out the reviews, what people are saying about them and all. And at the end of the day, I'm able to make an informed decision whether to go or not to go with that particular business or person or venture. So one key benefit for having a very strong online presence and optimizing it for your career and business is that it increases your opportunities. It's a gateway. It opens. It's a door opener. It builds your credibility and it drives trust for you, your personal brand, while also helping you to expand your professional and business network. Thank you, everybody. Hello.
Thank you so much, Dolly. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, I love this your nickname, Dolly. It's really fun. Thank you so much for your time. And I think somebody have a question here. He's actually, I don't know if briefly you're going to help us answer. He said that I'm a pastor, I preach. People expect me to present myself in that light. Um, I'm also into marketing, tech, and talk about entrepreneurship and money matter.
Yes.
How can I manage saying these two things in on one account?
Okay, so if your lead account is LinkedIn, as an example, there's nothing wrong in, so when you say, as long as you are not trying to change people's faith and do things that would allow those platforms to flag you, then you are free to, because even within the work environment, there are different um, ethical topics that are very relevant that you can carve a niche for. So there are, if you go on LinkedIn, for example, there are many people that are either Christians or Muslims, free thinker, whatever they are, and they are using their platform to promote humanity, to promote topics of interest that affects every one of us. So please feel free to check such people's platforms. I can share some of them with Joshua, and then use that to build an identity and content for yourself. So even within the workplace, there are so many things that you can talk about that are not really religious specific. So it's not really about asking everyone to say you must be born again. If you don't give your life to Christ, you go to hell or whatever. But even within business and within careers, there are different interesting topics that you can use religious angle to come in and help people to have a better way of living or working or anything like that. So that's an interesting niche that you can build on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please let's give Dolly a round of applause. Please let's give her that. She thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't thank you too much. It's really, really a pleasure. I think I enjoyed one of our presentation in Lagos. That was the first time we met. And ever since I said, no, we will have to connect and bring this opportunity to a lot of people. Thank you so much once again. So good night. If you intend to go off the call, thank you so much for coming on. And then finally, I'd like to call on Mr. Tayo to just give a wrap of the event. If Mr. Tayo is still here, he can come up to give us a wrap for the event. All right, so um he's not here. So thank you everybody. Thank you everybody for joining this meeting. I tell you that I learned a lot. I actually unlearned and relearned, and then I also learned again from from this session today. It has been highly informative, it has been highly educative. So, and then thank you, each and every one of you, for joining this meeting tonight. Without you guys, it wouldn't have been possible. Trust me, I mean every word I'm saying. Without you guys, it wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been possible. So thank you, each and every one of you, and please try as much as possible to connect with them on LinkedIn. Literally all of them, they are on LinkedIn, so you can connect with them. Just search for their names, and then their profile will pop up. Connect. Maybe you can write one or two things, and then you tag them. Appreciate them for this time. I mean, normally these are people that you pay to listen to them. So, but then I think they would love to see some of your review or some of your experience, how much you have learned from this class today, from this session. So please try as much as possible to make a post on LinkedIn, and then you tag all of them. And also feel free to tag Mind the Gap for giving us this amazing and amazing platform, and then to impact each and every one of you. So thank you once again for joining. And then by the end of this meeting, or say very soon, we are going to send you guys a certificate. A certificate will be sent to your email for attending this event. And we wish you guys the best in all your endeavors, both currently and future endeavors. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Olamide. Thank you, Hopi, for your kind words. Thank you, John, for your kind words. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, each and every one of you guys, your comments. Thank you, especially. We have Silas have been active on this chat alongside many others too. So thank you so much for joining. And yeah, so thank you so much, and see you guys soon. And then yeah, we have a group for generational leaders, which so you can reach out to how you got the information about this class or this session, and then that person will send you a link. We'll prepare a message and then we send so that you guys can be able to join. For those of you guys that are passing out, there's a platform for generational leaders, and there are going to be a lot of training programs that will be coming up for those people that have passed out, so that they can be able to benefit from the amazing opportunity that is out there. So thank you each and every one of you. I've been thanking you guys for the past 10 minutes, and I'm still thanking you, and see you guys in the nearest future. Have a wonderful day, and have a wonderful night, and good night. Bye bye.